Dear ones, October will be a bit of an explosive month. I'm not using this word to activate any fear within you, but simply to share that the energies and the information coming through in October will be intense and will be potentially jolting to the system, the human system. Now, for those of you who have been working with your energy field, for those of you who have been working with being with your own energy, working with being grounded, working with staying connected to planet Earth, you will be fine. You may not even feel these energies so intensely. But for those of you who are dealing with stressful issues in your lives, this month may feel like a bit of a roller coaster. Keeping in mind, dear ones, that timelines are always shifting and changing, but there are some significant things scheduled, so to speak, for your month of October. There is some disclosure that will be coming forth regarding things that have been happening behind the scenes in your governments, some exposure of corruption in the government, exposure of corruption in the banking system. The collective is not yet ready for full disclosure, so this will only be the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. But even so, this information will be jolting for some. And so what I am inviting you to do, dear ones, those of you who are well versed in holding space for others and holding space for energies in the field, is to work with your own stability, your own grounding, to work with being with your energy, and to work with your heart energy, to keep your hearts open, to keep your heart strong, to keep your heart strong towards yourself so that you can offer your heart energies to others. For even those in your life who have been stable or who have been a good frequency alignment match for you may show up as something different. And it may be surprising or even hurtful. And so it is important that as much as possible, you can keep your heart open to yourself and then to them. It is very important, dear ones, that you all work with grounding your energy. Even those of you who feel fairly stable, who feel fairly grounded, especially if you are empathic and sensing the energies of the collective field. Even though you in your own life may be stable, as the collective energy is disrupted once again, this will ripple into your energy field. And so if you are grounded, you will not be so affected by this. In terms of the energetics of October, it will be somewhat of a continuation of what occurred in September. We talked about how there would be two main streams of energy. And indeed, this is what many of you have experienced. Very akin to what the Bible calls the wheat and the chaff, or the sheep and the goats, a separation of sorts in the energies. This will continue into October, and it may even seem more dramatic. If you recall conversations way in the past where I spoke about the energies of polarity increasing until it is no longer needed, You are reaching a critical point on planet Earth where these polarity energies are at a stage where they are serving to awaken the collective energy. In other words, those in the collective field who have not understood what was going on will begin to see the craziness of what is happening. They will begin to see what is real and what is illusion. And so the increase of polarity is serving the purpose of awakening, of illuminating, of revealing what many have not yet seen. Now, most of you that are with me now and even listening to this understand what I am talking about because you have seen behind the veil. But there are many who have no idea that there even is a veil and that there is something behind it. And so for these people, they will begin to see what is behind the veil, especially as we near the end of your month of October. Traditionally, the energies are such that the veil is very thin with what you would call your Halloween holiday. This year will be no different in that regard, except for it will be many more people on the planet that recognize that this is happening. People will begin to have different kinds of dreams, different kinds of waking experiences such as deja vu, or even experiences of seeing the bubbles in the matrix, meaning some matrix structures will begin to dissolve and they will begin to see this either physically or have a sense of it. And so when people come to you asking what is happening to them, you can explain you are beginning to see the illusion or the hologram that is this life. You are beginning to see the rips or tears in the fabric of the matrix. Encourage them not to be afraid, because this is the natural occurrence of the great illumination that is occurring now on planet Earth. Do what you can to help them through this experience of awakening. For some of you, it will be tempting to explain everything as people begin to ask you questions. And I encourage you, dear ones, to give it time and space. Do not overload their system with information. Rather, hold their hand and enable them to keep their hearts open to face their fears. In October, many people will be experiencing a more tangible experience of fear. Many people have been feeling the fear, but have been pushing it down or suppressing it in some way. The energies of October will serve to not allow the suppression of fear any longer. What has been hidden is coming forth to the surface in full speed and in full force. And so for those of you who are assisting, those who are awakening, I invite you to hold the greatest space possible for them that you can, so that they can awaken with your compassion, with your love.
Is there anything special about the equinox that's coming up?
Yes, dear ones. The equinox is somewhat of a double-edged sword in the sense that while it is the great balancer and equalizer, it is also an energetic impetus of the polarity that you have been feeling and witnessing within you and around you. What I would suggest to navigate the energies of the equinox is, if possible, take some time, place yourself in nature, get quiet and ground to Mother Earth so that you can feel the stability that Mother Earth offers in a time where the energies of polarity are amplified. Set your intentions to integrate the polarities. In other words, set your intention to accept every facet of what is happening now, every reaction that you have or that others have towards you. Set your intention to accept and balance opposing points of view, whether you are witnessing them between yourself and another or simply amongst friends. The equinox is a marker in the energy, if you will, a set point where it will be more clear how the energies of polarity are serving. And also, dear ones, to stay open to yourself and your own continued healing. Whatever is coming up for you, whatever triggers you are experiencing, to confront and accept any emotional charge that you have, and to deal with it, to look at it, to heal it, to find wholeness within yourself. Because the balancing aspect of the equinox gives you support and strength to find that balance within yourself while the polarities expand around you. And this is why I call it a double-edged sword, because while the polarities may increase, you will also have an increased ability to stay balanced within yourself if you integrate and utilize the energies properly.
Is part of the disclosure this year to do with our galactic family?
Dear one, the true disclosure of your galactic family is not set for this timeline for this year. It is in years to come. There may be hints of this disclosure, but the full disclosure is not set for this year.
How can each and every one of us that are interested in connecting to our galactic family connect with them so they can assist us into the new Earth?
The biggest and most important thing you can do, dear ones, is connect to your soul. Because your galactic family is your soul family. Now, some of them are incarnated here on this planet into human form, and some of them are in other places in your universe. But the connection with your soul is your gateway to connecting with your galactic family, or your star family, or your soul family. There are many names you could use. And you might ask, how do I connect with my soul? This channel has given many tools to connect with your soul, such as asking specific questions like, how does it feel to connect with my soul? It is also important, dear ones, to make space for soul connection, to take the time to either go into meditation or go into nature or both, with the intention of connecting to your soul. It is a practice that will take some time for some of you, dear ones, because some of you are in your heads, some of you are connecting to other parts of yourself, and therefore the voices of those parts of yourself are much louder. And so it depends upon what voices you are listening to now, how much time it will take to begin listening to the voice of your soul. So it is a practice, and I invite you to have patience with yourself and to set the intention daily to connect with your soul, for the universe to send you signs to remind you to connect with your soul, to put it in your calendar. I will take 15 minutes to sit quietly and see if anything comes through from my soul. And I will say to shift your mindset slightly. Many have the understanding that their galactic family are external to them. And so they are looking outward. They are literally looking to the skies. And there is nothing wrong with this. There are many beautiful things to be seen in the sky. But the most powerful way to make this connection is to go inward, is to go directly to your soul. Because, as I have said, the connection that you have with your star family is the soul connection. It is eternal, it is deep, it is profound, it is very real. And so the more you can connect with your soul, your true soul essence, the more you can connect with your galactic family.
Is there any specific advice for those of us in Australia about how we can best serve the collective energy at this time?
The answer is truly the same for all, no matter where you are on planet Earth. And I do acknowledge the energy of what is occurring in Australia and the collective energy that many are feeling there. And so when I say it is global, I am not meaning to take away from what is occurring in Australia. But the truth is that when you are working with the concepts I have spoken about so far, grounding, connecting to your heart, connecting to your soul, this is indeed the greatest service. Because when you are grounded, when you are connected to your soul, there is a stability that you embody. And in times of chaos and upheaval that many across the globe are now experiencing, to have anchors of stability through the human form is indeed of the greatest service. And so those of you who are taking the time to connect to nature, to Mother Earth, to your own essence and your soul, those of you who are developing these connections and building the strength of these connections, you are doing a great service. And so even if there is chaos within your own household, you can still practice being with your own energy, grounding to Mother Earth, anchoring in the new energies that are coming to the planet, integrating the polarities that you witness within yourself and around you, healing yourself. Do not underrate the power of healing yourself, dear ones. I will speak a bit from this channel's perspective also in this regard, because she wishes to have a voice in this as well. When you heal yourself and you develop this internal stability, you can then work with others and collaborate with others to create and build the new earth. When you try to work with others that do not have this stability, it can become quite difficult and challenging. You may feel as if you are alone on this journey. So the importance of healing yourself is valuable not only to your own journey, but to all around you, to everyone with whom you come in contact, physically or energetically, which is the all. It is the oneness. It is the collective energy. So whether it is inner child healing or physical healing or emotional healing or spiritual healing or sexual healing or whatever it is that you need to heal, this is the most important work. And while you connect with your soul, you have an increased ability and strength to heal yourself, because your soul is giving you that container of safety, that container of joy, that container of increased fortitude and stamina to stay on the healing path, to confront the darkness within, to confront the light within. So whether you are in Australia or another part of the world, continue to do your inner healing work, because this is the most powerful way that you can serve on an energetic level. Now, those of you who have the resources, whether it is time, money, energy, to physically go out and assist those less fortunate, yes, please do that as well. But at the foundation is the self-healing, the energetic templates and signatures that you send out when you heal yourself.
As this is our 200th meeting, do you have a few words about it?
I will attempt to provide words for this channel to use. The importance of these gatherings that occur every week within this sacred container are not fully realized by those in attendance, including this facilitator. While the people are few, the energy is quite enormous. It does go around the globe. It does influence the timelines. It does assist the collective energy in awakening, in healing, in strengthening the field. Every time you gather, there is an infusion of strength that goes into the collective field. There is a power that each one of you who attends consistently is gaining in your personal lives, in your spiritual lives, and energetically. You may not feel the power, but it is happening. It is happening in your lives, and it is affecting those around you. And it is providing energetic shifts to those around you. Whether it is your immediate family or your neighbors, those who interact with you notice that you are different. They notice that you are stronger. They notice that you are more powerful. And so when you are coming together with this power, with this strength, with your intentions of restoring heaven on earth, you are making more of a difference than you realize. And this is why there is joy in the connection with your soul family. Because your soul knows. Your soul knows what is occurring. Your soul knows the contribution each of you are making. Your soul knows what is happening when you gather together. And there is an underlying joy that is infusing your lives. It is because of your commitment to gathering that is contributing to this underlying joy. I thank you, dear one, for asking this question. While it was quite emotional for this channel, it is beneficial to review this from time to time, to remember how significant each contribution is.
During this current lockdown and different situations, each country and each area of the US, it's a little different. But in general, we have to wear a mask in my area when we go to the store. And every day there's like, they released a lot of, we can eat in restaurants now, but there are some rules and regulations that are changing and going more strict. So they go back and forth a lot. And I know I have a difficult time with the mask. I really can't breathe. And I don't want, as an empath, I don't want to make a scene and go into a store without one and cause conflict. So I do wear it below my nose until a person comes by, and then I put it up. And some of us have it more easy than others. And I always declare my sovereignty and believe that it's simply just to protect. It's not there to take away my voice. So I make that intention. How should we, as a collective in each and every one of our individual countries and areas, how do we best deal with the, let's just say, if these rules are strict again, people have to wear masks, they have to social distance. How do we keep our sovereignty and or change the situation? Thank you.
Dear one, I will refer to a word that you used. You said you do not wish to make a scene, spelled S-C-E-N-E. What you are also saying, in not so many words, is that there is a part of you, and I speak in generalization, not just to the one who asked the question, there is a part of you that does not want to be seen, S-E-E-N. And so it is important to balance within yourself and determine within yourself how willing you are to be seen, S-E-E-N. You can ask yourself, how willing am I to be seen? This is a very individual decision. Some of you are at the place where you are willing to be seen, where you are willing to go against the mainstream narrative, where you are willing to stick out and not look like the others, not act or be like the others. Some of you have more fear around this. Some of you, it is simply not that important. And so you must determine within yourself where you are and where you are willing to go and what is important to you. Is it important for you to take a stand for your liberties, for your freedoms? Or is it not as important? And you will use your energy for other circumstances in which you might want to claim your freedom. The larger picture here is that if everyone goes along with the mainstream narrative, many more measures of control will be able to be implemented quite easily. But if enough demonstrate civil disobedience or claiming of their own rights and freedoms, then it will make it more difficult for control to be exerted over the collective. And so you must decide individually what role you are willing and desiring to play. This is a time of developing courage. This is a time of deciding what you are creating on this planet, what you will participate in and what you will not. Remember how I spoke of the September energies being two very different streams. You get to decide which stream of energy you will flow. And it is becoming harder and harder to stand in the middle, so to speak. You must choose which frequency you will embody. The frequency of courage or the frequency of fear. This channel speaks of neutrality. And when I am saying choose your frequency, I am saying to choose this from a space of 0 point energy without being emotionally charged about your choice, but to simply know what is your truth and to choose it. Now, I understand that what I am asking each of you to do is not necessarily an easy task, because it does require that you have the clarity within you to know what you want to choose, to know what truth you are embodying. Some of you can contribute the most by flying under the radar for now and working on your self-healing, working on your grounding to Mother Earth, working on maintaining and increasing your frequency. Some of you can serve the best by standing out, by being and acting and talking differently than everyone else. Each of you will need to make this decision for yourself. This is not a generalized statement that I can say for any of you. For each of you are at different places in your journey. Each of you are called to different things and different experiences.
How close? I feel like in 2 months from now, I feel like it's a personal feeling that the coronavirus will completely known globally, and that people don't have to wear masks anymore by the end of the year. So how close am I to this truth? Or how close is this timeline becoming a reality on the planet?
Dear one, this timeline is not yet fully set. There is the potential for it to be complete by the end of the year. There is also the potential for it to extend into next spring and to be complete by the spring of 2021. This depends upon the collective energy and the collective willingness to see truth. And this goes back to all parts of our earlier conversation where I spoke of being with your energy, grounding to Mother Earth, connecting with your soul. Because the more of you that do this, the more templates are provided for the collective to do this, and the faster the awakening can happen. This is a decision that is being made by the collective energy. This is not a decision that is being made by government or leaders, although it may appear this way. This is a decision that is being made by the collective energy. So it depends when the collective energy is ready to say, we've had enough. And the collective will get to this point. But the timing of it depends on when the collective decides that they are choosing a new reality. So I am sorry if this is not the answer that you would like to hear, but I do not decide the timelines. The collective does. I spoke a bit about this in another transmission, and I will reiterate that there are some of you who are moving into different roles. Perhaps you have always played this role, but it is expanding, or perhaps your life is taking a complete 180-degree turn, and you will be doing something very different for your career, for your hobbies, or just simply in your life, how you live. I invite you, dear ones, to stay very open and attuned to what your role is or will be. Those of you who are hearing this message, indeed, you are contributing to the creation of the new earth. And so you must decide what role you would like to play. And I invite you, dear ones, to have fun with this. This is not a role of heaviness or roles that you have played in the past, roles of transmutation, roles of healing the energy, etc. These are enjoyable roles that your soul has come to planet Earth to do regarding creating the new earth. And so dream, dear ones. What is it that you would like to do with your time? What kinds of people do you want to be spending your time with? What kind of home do you want to live in? What kind of service do you want to offer? Dream, envision. And again, this is why it is so important to connect with your soul. Because when you are connected with your soul, you will have clarity about this. Your dreams will come easily to you and through you. This is a time where your powers as a creator are amplified now more than ever. And it may not seem like this because for many of you, what you are creating is the foundation of the new earth. And so it is not something that is yet visible or in physicality. But do not give up on your dreams and visions that you have been dreaming for 30 years or more. Do not throw away those aspirations, those soul nudges that you were given, either recently or a long time ago. Continue to dream, continue to vision, continue to imagine what life can be like on planet Earth for yourself and for all. There is always a balance of energy. And so as much chaos as there is perceived upon planet Earth right now, there is also that same amount of energy available to fuel your creations. So create, dear ones. Create, dream, envision. And allow your new self to be rebirthed. Allow your new roles to emerge. Allow new dreams to come forth. Allow the energies that you have set forth to come into physical form. Receive, allow. I thank you, dear ones. I thank you. This is Susie, and I'm just going to invite you to sit with this energy for a bit. This infusion of encouragement to dream and envision. Allow that energy to really integrate into your heart space. Allow your energy of your dreams to flood your body, to nourish your spirit. Allow your dreams to be integrated with your physical form. Breathe deep into your body, your dreams, your visions. Breathe the prime creator energy into your spirit, into your heart, into your body. And I'll just reiterate what Prime Creator said, to allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to receive. Thank you for being here with me in this transmission.
Remember that you can receive these transmissions a month earlier than they are released on YouTube by joining us in the Creation Temple as a free member.